Welcome to Altcoin Daily with Bitcoin Gorilla, where I use simple price action to break down different altcoin prices. I don't use indicators, so no indicators is allowed in my analysis, and all the drawings are going to be made in this video from scratch. So nothing is hidden. You're going to see why I make the claims I make and why my strategy work. Now, this strategy I developed it myself and I am teaching a group of students. I actually have an academy called Machiavelli Trader. It is a registered academy, and it's not just an academy, it's a community of traders because once you have access, it's a lifetime access. So, this strategy is what I'll be using in this analysis. If you do find my analysis quite interesting and this strategy quite amazing, don't forget to give me a thumbs up because it just motivates me that people appreciate my work and I should make more videos. Now, today's altcoin is no other altcoin but Chroma coin, CHR. If you've been following my analysis, my last analysis on CHR warned of a big dump coming. Why? CHR was still above $1.2. I said we're going to see 0.4 to 0.6, and unfortunately, it played out. And congratulations to those who took their profit on CHR early before the dump. So today, I'm going to tell you what next. Is this dump going to continue, or are we likely going to see a bounce? Now, you know how I run my things. I always like getting into the fundamentals because fundamentals will tell us what value, the real value of this coin, what services they provide, and if this coin is actually good for investing, not a shitty coin. So let's go to coin market cap. And according to coin market cap, the current price that CHR is trading is 0.6134 dollars. Now, the maximum supply is a lot, right? The total supply is around 471 million and 471 million 970 blah 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 and all that. The maximum supply is 1 billion. Now, knowing this information, then what is even Chromacall? What kind of services do they offer? Is it what putting my money and risking on? Let's jump right into it. According to CoinMarketCap, ChromaCoin is an open source public blockchain conceived by a Sweden company. Now, this blockchain technology has a standalone layer, right? So it's like this is a blockchain where you can build NFT games on, where you can build games, not just NFT games, the apps, right? Decentralized applications. You can build them on this altcoin. Now, on this platform, Chroma is a standalone one blockchain and EVM compatible layer 2 enhancement for Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. This works perfectly. So when you build your game or app or whatever you want on top this platform, you will be able to not just that, you'll be able to be connected to Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum blockchain at the same time. So this is their website, and you can see they have this Chroma Originals. That is their NFT platform. So NFT functions a lot with Chroma, especially NFT games. Example is the my neighbor Alice. I don't know if you've heard of my neighbor Alice, but this is my neighbor Alice, and it's built on top of Chroma, right? And not just that, there are other platform DeFi applications where they lend money. Use look at it. Chroma built for DeFi application for staking. If you are into staking, there are so many things that this Chroma can do. But the most important thing is NFT games. And we know how much NFT is blowing these days. This is one important reason why CHR has some good values. But we are right now going to look further and see what the numbers are talking about. Is it a good buy right now? Or it's not? It could be, it could not. It doesn't matter, right? Because what really moves price is supply and demand. So let's look at the price. Now, in terms of price, the all-time high this coin has ever seen is 1.5. That was a month ago, right? But since then, it has lost about 59%. And the all-time low that it has ever gone to is around 2 years ago, which was 0.008525. Currently, I said it's trading at 0.6134. So now that we know the fundamentals and we see how good this coin could be valued in the future as a result of NFT games and other things, here is why we have to look at the price. So the first thing I want to get is draw my chart, right? So I'm going to start by getting the most resistance around that 1.5. That is the resistance I mark it out. And the next thing I'm going to map out is my support. That is the support I map it out. That the support, that's, remember, a resistance is the point where price gets to and couldn't move further because of an invisible force. As a result of supply, price has to either pause or reverse direction, which was here, right? Now, what is support? Support is an area where price gets to, maybe especially when price is falling. You can only find support when price is going down. You find resistance where price is going up. So there are only two directions that price can move: up, down. Sideways is definitely no movement at all. So this down where price get to and couldn't move further down is called support. And in our situation, this is it. So this is my resistance and this is my support. So I'm going to go further and look at the chart and look at other points where price acted the same way. So you can see them. I'm going to map them out. Other point of rejection where price got to and had to change direction. These are the obvious ones in your face, like that in your face rejection kind of. So this is weekly chart, mind you. So after getting this, the next thing I want to employ is what? My box strategy, because a line is not enough for me to buy. Why? There's point where it broke the line below here, it didn't here, it broke above it here, it broke below it here. So there's literally a lot of reason not to trust a line, because a line can easily get broken, and sometimes it's only a stop loss hunt. It just pierce through it and pull back up, kicking you out of trade. This is why I never treat a support or resistance as a line. Instead, I developed a strategy called the Bitcoin Gorilla strategy. Now, this strategy is what I am going to implement now. So the strategy starts by me implementing my box. So after I bring in my box, I want to get the support and resistance of the box. So it's going to be somewhere around here. So let's change the color of that to yellow. And I can tell you the resistance is around this point. The resistance is around this point. So now that I've gotten the support and resistance, this is weekly chart. Let's go and see what it looks like. This is what it looks like on the daily chart. So I can see that this area, I can see that I can actually contain a drama that happened previously. This area, this point, this is much preferable, because there's a clear breakout here, right here. There's a clear breakout here, and price never returned. So this is why I'm keeping this point as the support, because this area is the main support and it's different from this particular support. So two different support. Let's not put them together. So having this, having known this, the next thing I want to do is find the support and resistance of my new inner box, which is this box that I just drew now. Now this box, I see some sideways and I'm containing that sideways in a box. I think I should give it a color green, right? Okay, this is the box. So I'm going to get the support and resistance of this box, and I can tell you the support and resistance is around this zone. Now every chart is going to give you a different information. Every chart is going to give you a different information. This is why it's good to do your analysis before jumping into buying. So this is my resistance and support. You can see it's a little bit bigger than the bigger box. This box has a little bit extended resistance and support than this one did, which is a very important information I'm taking note of. So now that I've drawn the chart, I want to see if I can get buyer's line, seller's line. I'm talking about the trend lines now. Let's draw the trend line. And to draw a trend line, I need a minimum of 2 touches on that trend line, right? So this is the seller's line. Let's say we are trying to get a channel here. This is the seller's line. We talked about 2 minimum touches. This is 1 and this is 2, right? So not about the buyer's line. I need also a minimum of 2 touches. This is looking like a nice, is a channel, but more like an expanding channel. Now, every channel has 2 sides operating, the buyers and the sellers, and they are in equilibrium. So that's why it's a channel. A channel is like a trending, a trending consolidation. Let me call it that. A trending consolidation. Why? Because price keeps returning. Price moves up, it returns, right? It goes up, now it has returned. Is it likely going to go up and return again? Because it looks like this is a pattern that has been building so far. So let's find out is this if this pattern is playing out. Now, if you look at this chart, we find out that obviously price has gotten to the support area, but is this touch enough to pull price up? Because we see price is still missing a point of support here. Yes, our horizontal line is here. So let's look at our horizontal line. We have, it's currently on the horizontal line support, which happens to be the tip of our this bigger support. Now this is an extended support area. What is this? What does this do? This means that price this means that whenever price is around this range, chances are high that it's going to move up, right? This is because of what happened the last time it came above it and we had a breakout. So there's really a lot of drama in terms of when it was going down. It found it difficult to break down. And in fact, when it broke down, it didn't go too far before it returned back to it. Telling you how important this area is, that somehow it seems to find a lot of demand. And you can see when it came back above it, it never crosses below it again. Instead, demand started rising, that price pushed up. And I always say one thing in all my analysis: remember, price move as a result of supply and demand. And if we look at closely, we can actually get intraday 4 hours, right? 4 hours trend line. Let's see if we could get an intraday trend line. So we see an intraday trend line right there. We see an intraday trend line right there. So this current trend line is actually on the third touch by these bulls. So on the BS, we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. Now, what are the chances that they're going to break and fall into this? Because you can see that the major support is at the middle of the um of this area. Now, this will demand it falling into this point will depend on the demand that is currently lying at the tip of. Remember, all this area are demand area, a demand area. The reason is when it comes to trading, it's subjective, right? Why is it subjective? It's subjective in the sense that price tend to, especially price action, price tend to give this headache to price actions of getting the right support, especially those who are using a line, right? So you find out that why someone could see his own line at $1, I could be seeing mine at 1.1, another person could be seeing at 1.01, another person could be seeing at 0.9, 0. So this will make all this area have a lot of demand. But as much as they are seeing different prices, the prices are actually very close to each other, making that place look like an area. So one person will see 1.1, one person will see 1.5. So you see price having others place like this. What does this cause? It causes that each time price comes to it picks some orders. Some of the orders will pick up. Then it move up. Remember, the demand moves the price. When price moves up, then supply will hit it again. It returns. So like this is how it keeps moving. Now, the case we are seeing in this scenario is that we could see this coin in terms of CHR, Chroma coin. currently the support is at, I will tell you, it's not such I see that the support is likely very stronger when it comes more inside, but I do see it's likely going to go up, right? It's going to go up and then it could come right back down, right? It could come right back down when it hit this resistance area, 1.7 all the way to $1, right? 0.7 all the way to $1 is likely going to bring a rejection. That is, even if it makes it to this point, I see it likely getting rejected before that point, right? Because why? It could have one leg down, right? So there could be another move down, and this move down is going to complete the leg down. So once they get to this point, they could make a double bot either here or here. But I know it's within this point. So I know that the down move on CHR is no longer far. So we have already seen it drop to the point last week, around December 4th. Last week, yeah, I mean last 2 weeks, we saw a price dropping to the point of 0.45, right? That range is very close. It's very close, but there's still a little gap from the main point. The little gap could get filled up, or the demand at this point could make the price move up. Now, at this point, chances are high that at this point, I will tell you this. What I see at this point will determine what I see that will determine the move of the bulls is not just the demand, is the fact that in the weekly chart, let's go back to the weekly chart. Let me show you what I'm saying. Is the candles that are printing on the weekly chart. Now, this week is almost over. So I do see that price could move like this for quite some time and likely move like this. So you see, this is a better much support. This is a much better support. Or if it doesn't get to this point, there's another way that price could move. It could move sideways and still hit it, but didn't go down, right? So the sideways could insist until it touches the line, right? Which means that we could have price not either going down again because it definitely end up touching the line and price moves back up. And if this price should move back up, I do see us seeing an all-time new high. But after this happen, price we have to challenge 0.7 to $1 range, which is likely going to cause a rejection. But if they succeed, there is still another attack around 0.13 to 0.15. So this is likely going to be something you're going to need patience. It's going to play out. This could reach May or 2022 is going to need a lot of patience, but this coin could reverse back up. Chances are high now because why? It's on the support range. So the down move threat is little compared to the up move that is likely going to occur in this coin. The reason is the support. The support are now kind of big compared to the resistance. There's a least resistance on the upside, right? The resistance is here. It's already in the support area. So it's going to struggle going below this point. And if it insists, now I always like being fair in all my analysis. I consider both the buyers and sellers and give you my opinion. What you do with it is up to you. Remember, if you like my analysis and my strategy and my style, give me a thumbs up. It encourages me, and subscribe because YouTube have a weird way of sending notification. Once I post, you're going to get this notification, and to get that notification you have to click the bell under this video so that you get informed of a new video or an update on CHR anytime I drop. So what is the worst case scenario that could play out for CHR? Let's say this sell-off continues and price eventually makes it up, and the sell-off here, the supply here really becomes so huge for CHR, and CHR couldn't make it above and get rejected around this point. Then we could see CHR dive into the support. At worst case scenario, right? We could see this support. But first, you need to conquer this support. I really see this support being very stubborn for CHR to break below that 0.2 to 0.4 range, 0.2 to 0.5. This range is very stubborn to break. So CHR could move like this. That is the first point, or they could move actually here at this point. That is the BS leg. So it's either they move, get rejected in here, or they move and get rejected here. But I know that from here to here is a tough area for them to overcome. So this is what I do see on CHR playing out. If you like my strategy, give me a thumbs up. It will sweet my mind to know that somebody really found my strategy quite interesting, and it's going to make me come every day and do more videos. Remember, every day I drop 2 to 3 videos. And if you want to know more about Machiavelli traders, I'll leave the link below so you can learn how to use this strategy for a lifetime. Thank you. I remain Bitcoin Gorilla. Happy trading.